It's February of 2023. I'm sitting in my room all alone, and my mom comes up. She asked me a very simple question. Are you ready to go to your martial arts class today? You know what I say? No, I don't wanna. I'm too tired. Now, an hour later, I'm sitting here alone. There's a big bowl of cereal right next to me, and I'm munching on it while watching some stupid video after my second fap of the night. Think about that. I was alone for maybe 45 minutes, half an hour, and I'd already fapped twice. Luckily for me, this is when I found the video that would change my life forever. It was from this YouTuber called Ski Mask Duets, and it was called If You Are Fat, Watch This. From that day forward, I promised myself I would never let myself get into a state like this ever again. And now I'm here. I'm making this video to help others that were just like me to realize their full potential. For my entire life, I've always been on the chubby side. I would constantly overeat on junk food, and during 2020, the pandemic, my problems got so much worse. I got addicted to porn, and my mental health was declining so rapidly that by 2021, I was diagnosed with depression. Whenever my parents would leave the house, I would eat everything we had. No crumb was left uneaten. I would then hide the food and not even trash it because I was too embarrassed to show how much I ate. This went on for almost 3 years before I started trying to improve myself. In February, I started weightlifting, kind of. I tried to eat healthy, but my diet was okay. It was clean-ish, but I was still eating way more calories than I realized. But with all that being said, the most important thing I did was just start. I didn't wait for the perfect workout routine or the perfect diet plan. I just started. And then after I started, I tried to improve everything that I could. This is probably the biggest piece of advice you'll ever get from my videos. If you want to start something, just start it. I know that sounds like just kind of silly, but you're never gonna be able to get into a good habit unless you actually start the good habit. Anyways, my name is Kyle Benjamin. My dream is to become a fitness influencer slash trainer and a professional wrestler. I am not the ultimate man yet, but I have made great progress, and I feel like my experiences and knowledge in self-improvement can help boys just like me on their journey to be a man. And I feel like for guys starting their self-improvement journey, it is much easier to relate to me because I'm still relatively new to self-improvement. I have not been on self-improvement for freaking 10 years being the perfect guy with the perfect physique. I'm still improving my physique to this day. But this channel I've created to help teens just like myself discover self-improvement and apply it to their life. And this is to be a men's space. I know that's super sexist, whatever, but I really do not care. There is not enough spaces for men to talk about their problems in the world right now. And I'm going to make a space for us to make sure that we can talk out our problems and improve ourselves. For women, you can watch, I don't care, but this is not going to be for you. Because I see so many boys nowadays completely sucked up in these modern addictions like porn, video games, and junk food. You know, that was me, and it's probably you too, which is why you're watching this video. I constantly binge eat and I play porn. I would watch porn and play hours of video games a day. I have made great progress in eliminating these addictions, but I still haven't completely eliminated them. And I still struggle with them to this day. I eat junk food maybe once a week now. And every time I eat junk food, there's still a problem where I feel like I'm eating too much. And sometimes I watch porn. It happens, you know? But the real beautiful thing about this journey is seeing the progress I made. Like, I used to watch porn every day, fap fucking 3 times a day or something. And now I watch porn maybe once every month. my life has already gotten so much better in the short time that I've been on self improvement. And it's such a beautiful thing to see that I want every man to know that they can do it too. Now, let's talk about how you're going to start self improvement. Because self improvement is all just building habits. But there are three really good habits that you need to start with. And these are weightlifting, diet, and meditation. All right, let's start with number one, weightlifting. I started weightlifting at 14, which is probably the minimum age I would say that is safe for you to start at, because if you start too early, you can mess yourself up later. So trust me, I would wait until at least a teenager to start weightlifting. But that does not mean you shouldn't do some kind of resistance training, whether that's just freaking push ups in your room or go out to the park and do some pull ups on the monkey bars. Just find some resistance training to do. And for most people, I recommend just getting into the gym and building the habit. Just going maybe half an hour a day and just trying to build some discipline in actually going to the gym. You don't have to have a perfect plan. You don't even have to have a plan. You can just go up there and pick up the weights every day and see how it feels. Because even just by doing that, you will build the discipline of going to the gym. And, it is a really great thing to go to the gym because it makes you so much healthier. And for me personally, I've always done some kind of sports since I was young. I did soccer until I was like 10, and then I switched to swimming. But really, weightlifting has been the most fun and I feel like the most beneficial for me to do. And as long as you have even like a space as big as yourself, that's enough space to start exercising. You don't even need weights. Like I said, you could do push ups, you could do pull ups, you could do squats without any weight. Just start weightlifting or resistance training. All right, moving to number two, diet. Now, I actually do not recommend starting with a calorie tracking app when you start, because I feel like a lot of people will get overwhelmed with the idea of having to log everything you eat and having to scale everything you eat and putting it on food. I mean, putting it on a food scale. I recommend starting gradually by increasing the amount of clean food you eat, like meat, eggs, fruits, veggies, and whole grains. And once you have a pretty good idea of what you're doing with your diet, and you have like a 90-10 diet of junk food to clean food, maybe after a month or so, you can start using that calorie tracker. And, you can bulk if you want to, build up some muscle, or you can cut and lose all the fat in your stomach. I don't know. Just start as you want to. But this is a big but. Do not immediately try and cut out all the junk food from your diet, because you will absolutely fail if you do this. Start with whatever you're eating. So, like, let's say you have 50-50 of junk food and clean food. We want to try and move that a little bit so the junk food goes down to maybe 45 one week and the clean food goes up to 55. Then the next week, try and go a little more and a little more. And if you just keep doing that, trust me, it'll be so much easier than just trying to go from here to here immediately. Because these small increments will not feel as hard. And then suddenly you're eating at like 95.5 of clean to junk food ratio, and you feel great about yourself and your body's looking amazing. You know? It's really just a great thing to do. But I'm also not for completely eliminating junk food ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you get to 95.5 and you go out with friends and you have a slice of pizza with them, that's fine. It's really okay to have junk food every once in a while. Like, I would recommend maximum being like once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever you feel like. But at the max, you should be having junk food once a week. But also, if you're going out with friends, have what you want. Don't be like that little weirdo that brings his food scale and is like, oh, I gotta track the chicken. Because that's just like, you're gonna ruin your social life while doing that. Because all your friends are gonna think like, bro, just enjoy yourself. All right. And Also, this is how binge eating starts, because I remember getting super worried about all the food I was eating. And then I would binge eat because I was super stressed and I needed something to clear my mind, and I would eat more food and then I was more stressed, and it's just a vicious cycle. Trust me. All right, meditation. This is probably the most important pillar of self improvement. It is the biggest boost to your mental health you can get. And good mental health is probably the biggest reason for people actually succeeding in self improvement. Because if you do not have a good mental base, there is no way you'll be able to build good habits, because your mind is unfocused and has to be stimulated or always be on something else to help. And meditation takes all the stimulation away, and it just leaves you with yourself. And this time of just sitting there, eyes closed, completely relaxed, focusing on your breath is amazing, because it really teaches you that all this extra stimulation is not needed, and that happiness isn't found in this extra stimulation. It's found when you are truly happy with what you have done with yourself. But when starting meditation, you must be patient with yourself and just focus on improving the meditation. Start with a short session each day, even if you can only do 1 minute a day. That's better than yesterday, because you didn't do anything yesterday. You didn't meditate at all. And then you do 1 minute a day for a week, and then suddenly you realize you can go longer. You've done 2 minutes this week, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Trust me, the time in meditation gets so much easier as you try and progress. But if you try and be like, oh, well, I only meditated for 5 minutes this day, so tomorrow I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes, because that's going to show my brain. No, it's not going to work. You're going to get bored after 10 minutes, maybe, max. And you're going to be like, oh, meditation doesn't work for me. We do not want that to happen. We want you to slowly increase the amount of meditation you're able to do. And then at the end, you'll see, hey, I actually made it to doing 20 minutes a day. It feels great. And currently, I use this app called Medito. It's completely free. It has lots of options for meditation. It has guided sessions run by these guys who help you try and stay focused on your meditation, that I really recommend for the beginners to do. I did those for like maybe 5, 6 months before I switched. And then they also just have a simple meditation timer that has a bell at the beginning and the end. And all these, you can get them from 3 to 60 minutes. So you can start at 3 minutes with a guided meditation, then go to 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then maybe try 10 minutes with a meditation timer. Just make sure that every day you are meditating, because meditation will clear your mind of all these like extra non important thoughts, and will allow you to be so much more present in the moment and happier in your real life. And I will be making guides on exercise, diet, mental health, and many other self improvement topics very soon, where we can dive deeper into what everything that I just talked about means and the best way to improve your skills in each of these areas. For now, I want you to stick with this video and remember it in your mind, and just think, what can I do today to make myself better? Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Peace. Oh, I'm not keeping that in. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. See you later.